Hi, I'm Tash from Heart and Design. Here on my channel, I hope to provide a safe space for everyone to learn art no matter what stage you are at. Yes, that's even you. Today we are we are pastel colouring a watermelon. If you want to learn how to draw this so that you can join in, the step-by-step tutorial sheet is available either as a one-time purchase or part of a subscription over on my website. All of the other videos are available too. I show you not only how to draw it step by step, you get a downloadable sheet, but you also learn how to paint it in acrylic, watercolour, pastels and colouring pencils. So yeah, you can learn from all of those videos and tutorials, everything for £5 a month subscription. I think it's about $6, so a really good deal. And every time any new one comes out, you automatically get access to that, and I email out to let you know that it's there. And also if you subscribe and follow me on YouTube, you'll find out then. So in the meantime, please like, subscribe, comment, maybe even share. This helps my channel to grow and ultimately help as many people I can into the therapeutic world of art. And let's face it, we're in 2022, it's been pretty rough and we all need a little bit of therapy. So this is what you'll need to get started. Okay, so you'll need some kind of pastel paper. This is actually only quite a small piece, but it is pastel mat, which is quite pricey, but it's the best quality pastel paper out there. And to be honest, anything I've tried before this wasn't even worth it. So I've run out of white, unfortunately. I would have liked to have had white to do this, but actually I think that colour might be nice under the background. It's fine. We will manage. So you'll also either need, the pastels come in lots of formats. We've got these pan pastels, which come in little circular tubes. Some of you may have heard of them, and they are just so soft, as you can see. And those are very pricey as well. That's the only set I have at the moment, but I hope to collect. What I would really recommend as well is this. So this is a rollout of makeup brushes, but they are so useful for applying and mixing pastels. So I'll be showing you how to do that as we go along. Also makeup brushes. I have this full of makeup brushes. These little eyeshadow ones are really good. Sponges are great for blending in. I always have a rough rag there as well on the side, just to rub anything off, particularly fingers or hands. There's also these hard type of pastels, and I will show you, if you haven't got any pastel pencils or soft pastels, there is a way of using these because they are more readily available and a lower cost. So I have a couple of those. I have a nice new long set there. I think it was just going quite, I think it was Lidl's or something, and I just thought, you know what, it could come in useful. Look at all those colours, lovely. I think it was about £3. Okay, so, and you also have charcoals as well. So you can mix the charcoals, which come in basically greys, blacks and a white. You can mix them in with the pastels because that's pretty much what they are. Yeah, I think that's it. Have I mentioned everything? Oh, what's really useful with pastels is to use a pastel sharpener. It is different. You will need to buy one, because if you try to sharpen pastel pencils with a normal sharpener, you are going to lose a lot of the pencil lead by that. They break so easily. Whereas with this, this is a Derwent pastel pencil sharpener, and it is amazing. It sharpens them. If you look at that red that I've just done, it sharpens them to a point. Let's bring it down. And yeah, you don't lose. Sometimes it breaks off, but as a general rule, it sharpens it beautifully. Okay, have some kneadable eraser. You will need this. Normal rubbers won't work. You can use this to lift pastel up off the paper. So if you make a mistake, that's pretty much the only way to do it well. So this picture here is the reference picture from the step-by-step tutorial I talked about on my website that you can pay for and download. And it shows you how to draw it, and this is the final image that just shows you how to colour. So we're going today to colour in pastel pencils, so let's get to it. I have already drawn out what you would have learned from the drawing side of things, but with the pastels, it's a very rough drawing. It's just a rough outline, so I know that where I'm going, and then we can go in and colour. So I prefer pastel pencils. over the chunky pastels. I do like the soft pastels and I might use them. Let's see if there is a nice green in there. You can always, of course, mix blue and yellow for the green. I think I'll stay away from that for the minute because I just love using my pencils mainly. They're just so easy and versatile, and we're only doing something small. Now if you were doing something big, then I recommend these, or I recommend using these lighter ones, because what you can do is you can rub off what you want off. It's got two colours on it, but rub off what you want, and then you can pick it up, and then you can do whatever. You can't really see very well, but you can, if you, I don't want to put it on my piece of paper, you see, and I don't want to do it on a rough, but you can see there that I'm bringing it up and it is going down on the pastel mat. So if all you can get is those hard chunky ones, get them. The hard pastel sticks, they will do the job. They will do the job. But for now, I'm sticking to my pencils. Okay, so I want to go in first of all into the middle, and for that I am going to use a little bit of this lighter pink, maybe even a little bit of that on top of my pink here, because the middle to me is slightly pinkier. Now with pastel, don't try to do it perfectly like coloured pencils, okay? This will all be blended in the end. You'll see the magic happens at blending in time. That's what I love about pastels. The blending is the trick, okay? And that's why we need the brushes and the sponges. I am going to get, I think, some of this red, and we're going to come in here, and I'm going to go round because I seem to be getting some streaks and I don't really want that feeling of streaks. Okay, so we've got that red there. Now I don't want to be quite that red all the way, so we're going to get this pink in. In my head, watermelons are kind of like a reddy pink with a bit of peachy colour in the middle, so that's what I'm going for. Obviously it's yours, so you can do what you like. I'm going to get that red again and kind of come in, pull that into the edges, but I'm going to do it in a circular motion just so that I don't get any streaks showing up. But as I say, when we blend later, it will all come together anyway. We'll blend it all in together. So this is what I'd call the first pass, just getting the colours down. Let's get that one again. This is like the pinky red. And then what I tend to go for is just for the flat colours to start with, and then I think, right, where's the real light, where's the real darks, because that's where values come in, and that's what makes it pop, that's what gives it its 3D-ness. So we're looking for that. I'm going to go in the middle with some of this, because as you can see, it's already blending in with some of the, if you look really closely, it's blending in with some of the other colours I've laid down, and in a minute it will really blend in. Now pastel mat's got a lot of tooth on it, so you can lay quite a lot of pastel on pastel. Yeah, so just keep going, get as much colour down as you think you like. I'm liking that. I'm going to go a bit pinkier here. I'm going to come in with this a bit further down. So now you can use an eyeshadow brush, or I've got these, like I said, the longer ones from my makeup set, or you could use a brush itself, literally a brush. So if we go in with a brush, you can see it's pushing all of the powder into the teeth of the paper, and that's how it starts to build up and fill the paper. So you get to a point, if you haven't used pastel mat before, you do get to a point where you can't do it anymore, where you've put as much down as you can and that's it, it's not going to do anymore. So here I'm just blending it together with the brush. So that's blending with the brush, but you can also come in with one of these, and I love these. These are just brilliant. I love them so much. They just do the job really well. And what I quite like about this is the colour underneath the paper is actually shining through a bit, and I did hope that that's what would happen, and it's kind of like an earthy colour, so it looks good. It looks good. I like it. Okay, we're now going to go over and add the same pinky colours in the same place on our little slices. I realise I've got them going in the same direction and they were supposed to be both pointing in, but hey ho. There we go. So it's the pink followed by the red on the outside. There we go. Going in. I've actually, yeah, I have done it right, because the red is rather green, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Thought I went wrong then. I think I'm on the 5th tutorial of today, so it's a busy day today. Right, I'm now going to add some of that lovely kind of pinky white colour just to the points, which is where the middle of the slices would have been, and then we can blend it all in with our eyeshadow brushes. That had some yellow on it, so it's added yellow, which I didn't really want, but it doesn't matter, it looks fine. Okay, sorry if I'm pulling it out of shot. Right, there we go. So now I can see that we haven't quite got enough colour down because there's way too much of the bottom showing through. Now, although I wanted a bit, I didn't want that much. So I'm going back in with more of the mid-range as well, because it's more of that nice pinky colour that watermelons are. We don't want it to be too red. It will, there we go. Okay, and we're going to get more of this going up in further around here. Okay, right, so again, get my eyebrow brush, blend it all together. Yeah, that colour behind is really helping us actually. So if you have got sandy coloured paper, that's fine. Now I did mention that this is probably the best pastel matte paper out there. I've watched a lot of reviews of people buying all of the pastel papers out there and testing them out, and it always seems to come up as the best one. So I'm not going to go out there and buy them all. But there are lower priced ones there that, you know, if you're not a professional artist and you don't need the pastel matte, then I would just go for that. You don't want to be spending money on things that you don't need to. Now I'm going in at the edges there to make it much redder, because that's where, and that's the joy of this, is that yeah, you can keep adding and adding, and it just forever just seems to keep the paper, still keeps taking it. Unfortunately, coloured pencil is much more difficult in that respect. So with coloured pencil, there's not much room for error. You need to kind of get it right first time. Okay. And sometimes it's just nice to get in there and rub it with your fingers. There we go. And that's why I always have paper underneath. So I work on paper here. And then it also means if I want to just scratch, swatch things out, say, oh, is that the right colour, then I can see. So now I'm going to go for quite a light citrusy green to come in. Yeah, I like that, around the edges. That's lovely and bright, isn't it? Again, just play around with what you have yourself. The colours don't really matter, as long as you're putting a mixture of darks and lights in that colour down, then you can't go far wrong, basically, because the key I have learnt to most artwork is the values, because once you put the lights and darks down, it really pops, especially when you go in with the lights at the very end. It depends on the medium you're using. So I'm just mixing in now some green with some dark green with a light green, and then you can see it's starting to come to life a bit more. So I'm going to go around the outer edge with this darker green, and that will also help to make it pop. There we go. There. Now I think what I'm going to do for this bit which is the in-between bit, which is supposed to be white, but I actually want to colour that in a bit, because it's not white in real life, is it? But it was just how I drew it. I was drawing it simply so I could teach you to draw. And then I'm going to get my pinky colour, and I'm also going to mix that in a bit there as well. So it becomes sort of an area where the green edge starts to mix in with the red, which in nature would be natural. It wouldn't be just all of a sudden green from having been red. It will blend in a bit. So I'm now going to go around and blend that out. So you'll see it just smoothing out. Can you see that? I hope so. I hope I'm not getting my head in the way of that other camera. I've got one that's doing uprights for TikTok and things like that. Reels for Instagram. And then I've got the one above for YouTube. Okay, that seems to have worked really well. I like that. So blend that out for that as well. And there, right. And then what you can do now is go in with more detail if you wanted to. So, I mean, I know that watercolour kind of has these little vein things when you look. So I'm just going to draw a few of those in. Can you see? I hope you can see that. Just little veins. And I'm going to do some more here. And make crosses over with them. Yeah. And then what I'm also going to do is do them white. Do some of those veins white, because from memory they are a mixture. Yeah, that's better. Now it's starting to look a bit more realistic. Let's get that in there. Get some of those colours intermingling. Yeah, I like that. Lots of watercoloury, watermelon veins. There we go. I think I've just made up watermelon veins. Okay, so now, I'm not sure, have I got black actually? I think that's, is that black? That might be brown. No, that's black. So, where is my pastel? Here it is. So I'm just going to sharpen that using the pastel sharpener to give me a slightly sharper end. It doesn't have to be sharp like in normal pencils and coloured pencils, but I do want to be able to create these pips. Now we can go in over what we've already done. We've done all the blending in the background. We're now just adding in the detail. Yeah, so here we go. So whilst I'm doing that, just to let you know, just to remind you guys, on my website for £5 a month, which is, I don't know, about $6, you can access all of my how to draw sheets for beginners. I will be adding more for further advance as time goes on, but at this stage it's mainly for you beginners out there. And yeah, you get access to all of the videos and all of the sheets. Download as many times as you want for £5 a month, which I think if you're into drawing and you want to learn is certainly affordable. Right, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to create lessons for people and make it affordable. It was really important to me that you're not being overcharged, being charged hundreds of pounds for courses that people have done. It's just, it's not on, okay? Especially in these times. This will give you an affordable way to have a bit of distraction from the craziness of our world and also just be learning something new. And it does take your mind off things. Like I've been doing tutorials all morning and I haven't been able to stop. I haven't stopped because I've had so many to do to catch up, ready for when I launch this page, this chameleon page. And so yeah, I mean, it's great. It's like just what my inner child wants, to play. We all do. We don't play enough as we get older, and as we become adults we take things too seriously and we don't play enough. So everyone's idea of play is different. I'm still quite introverted, and my idea of play is just sitting here and playing with art materials and yeah, having fun that way. Other people, more sociable, like to go out and have fun and make noise and, and all the rest of it. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'd say that's done. We could still keep blending and playing around with the outer edge, because if you have pastel matte paper, it will take it. It will, it really will. And I just love how pastels blend like that. It's just like I said at the beginning, it looks a hot mess and then it all just seems to come together in the end. So yeah, I hope you had fun. Please like, subscribe, follow, share. These beginner tutorials on my website are for all ages, from very young to older. If you're just starting out, the first lot will be for complete beginners, and later on in time, whenever you're watching this, there will be intermediate and more advanced drawing sheets available. I think sometimes, no matter how experienced you are, it's always nice to just have something in front of you, just to give you that inspiration, that idea, that's something to do. You can take it out with you. The sheets, you can take it out with you in my chameleon journals that I'm in the middle of creating, so that you can have bespoke journals just for you. And you can take them out and about with you. You can just take like a few pencils and you're sorted. Yeah, so hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.